teaching English to because he came from Africa and
That's a
didn't
lie.
speak English.
That is a lie.
He didn't speak
English. He spoke English to me.
Disrespectful. Very, very. No respect.
No respect? You the one sleeping with Miss Phillips. Why you got
After a previous New Year's Eve proposal, a relationship deteriorated when a 32-year-old Arkansas man began doubting he fathered a 22-month-old baby.
Well, Your Honor, I grew up with a father. I know how important it is to have a father in your life. And Mr. Buckley says it's very important for our child to grow up with the father. And so with him being in and out of our lives and kicking us out of his
Take your time. I know it's difficult.
with him being in and out of our life and kicking us, not only me, but his son out of his apartment, we landed in a home.
Ms. Curtis said he went to his landlord, and his landlord sent her an eviction notice. She had just had surgery at the time. Mr. Buckley didn't deny doing so, but he said he had allowed her to live in his apartment at the time, but she got mad that he was with someone else, and told him she would make his life a living hell while living in his apartment. Hence why he called his landlord.
He had a little doubt in his mind, but that when he looked at Xavier, that was his son, that was his child, that he loved our child. He gave him his last name.
Your Honor, I don't think I can have kids for multiple reasons.
Mr. Buckley said he was once in a relationship. He and his partner tried to conceive, but it never happened. As soon as they separated, she had 2 children. This had happened in a couple of other relationships of his. According to Mr. Buckley, when Miss Curtis told him she was pregnant, he told her congratulations and asked whose it is, but she said he didn't say that.
Told you she was pregnant. Did you believe that there maybe was a miracle and you did father this child?
Not at first, Your Honor, no.
What happened?
As the months continued to go along, I continued to get older and I wanted a child. I accepted Xavier as my child, even though I don't think I can.
He believes he wasn't the only one she was sleeping with. During the period of conception, she was with him. He volunteered that she spent Christmas with him and his family because she couldn't afford to go home. Mr. Buckley also said she confessed to him that she had sex with someone else while she was pregnant.
13.5 hours. Mr. Buckley was with me for the whole 13.5 hours. I have pictures of him at the hospital.
I'd like to see those.
I ended up having to have an emergency C-section because little Xavier's oxygen level dropped and he was in distress.
She had an emergency C-section and he was there all through. When she woke up, she saw Mr. Buckley looking at their child with tears running down his face, and at that point, she fell in love with him.
My heart and my mind are at a constant battle. My heart wants him to be, but my mind knows better. What you see right there is my heart.
He said he signed the birth certificate because of his heart. Miss Curtis said she went through chemo and radiation and was told she would never be a mother, but now she's a mother. That's one hell of a miracle. In addition to his doubts relating to his medical challenges and being told he would not be able to father children, he also believes Miss Curtis was promiscuous.
Your Honor, this is my house, my back door, and this is Mrs. Curtis' front door. And as you can see, I can see everything. We were friends. We've been friends. I told her, I see you. When we found out she was pregnant, she had a boyfriend. He passed away. They were together. And mind you, there were other men.
Ms. Bunch said Miss Curtis had come to confide in her, telling her about the other guys. She said she could see men coming out a particular door, and Miss Curtis running to the Africans at the top floor. Miss Curtis claimed she was teaching the African man English because he couldn't speak English.
In my house, but I wasn't sleeping with those other men.
And there was no old boyfriend that was still lingering around?
We had stopped messing around before I even met Mr. Buckley, and he passed away.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Mr. Buckley said he was told stories about her being with the boyfriend while they were together. He also stated that he and Miss Curtis weren't in a relationship, as at the time the child was conceived. She agreed with what he said and added that they were just hanging out and having sex.
Paying child support.
I'm on child support.
No, he quit his job so he wouldn't have to.
I'm working right now. I'm missing out on work right now. I just started back.
All right, so here on the birth certificate, father's name, Xavier Buckley.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's you.
Correct.
You signed it voluntarily.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
He said there's a child support order. He wasn't sure how much he was obligated to pay weekly, but according to Miss Curtis, he was supposed to pay $216, but it was reduced to $80 when he quit his job. He pointed out that his family made him aware that he would be obligated to pay child support if he signed the birth certificate. They also begged him not to sign it.
Prove that you are not Xavier's biological father. You are still deemed to be his legal father. There is no guarantee that the court in your home state will remove you from that birth certificate or relieve you of that legal obligation. Do you understand?
I do now, Your Honor.
Miss Curtis said she cares less if her son grows up with him because she has been doing it all by herself. They have quite a lot of unresolved issues, but this is about the child. Let's find out if Mr. Buckley is the biological father. The results are out.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Buckley, you are not his father.
Oh, baby.
A woman on a revenge mission ends up catching feelings for the man she claims fathered her 1-month-old daughter. He believes she's pinning the baby on him in hopes of having a relationship with him.
Starting a relationship.
I was actually in a relationship. I was in a
Uh-oh. Yeah, she was.
So it wasn't that serious. I just wanted sex from Ben James. So yeah, but see, I caught a little feelings a little bit, not a lot.
According to her, he was leading her on. He was texting her every day, and he also told her he wanted her to have his babies. When they met on social media, he had the intentions of being in a relationship with her. But she had a boyfriend, which he respected. But at the same time, according to him, he was playing his role. He said they used protection, but Miss Phillips said he was lying, as he doesn't like condoms.
First time we actually met, it was like July 4th.
Did you have sex the first time you all got together, or did you actually go on dates?
We did. We actually did. I'm talking about straight to it. Straight to it.
'Cause that's all I wanted.
She said he fell in love with her, not the other way around. She left her then boyfriend because Mr. Polk told her he wanted a family with her. She got a tattoo on her that says she's his property. She definitely caught more than just feelings. She fell deep. He was supposed to reciprocate, but he disappeared and never got the tattoo. She found out she was pregnant 2 days after she got the tattoo. She then called his landlord to ask where Mr. Polk was.
Respectful. Very, very. No respect.
No respect. You the one sleeping with Miss Phillips while you got a whole girlfriend.
Tell him again,
Yeah.
Your Honor. Tell him again, Your Honor.
And then you're not even taking her call.
He said he was done with her at the time, but she disagreed. According to Miss Phillips, they had sex every day up until the time he disappeared. She believes he's addicted to her as he couldn't get his hands off her. The judge made her realizations clear to Miss Phillips that he wasn't addicted to her. Mr. Polk just enjoys having sex with her, and that's why she's upset.
To my hotel
She
last
paid
night.
for both of my Ubers.
No, I did not. He paid. Your Honor,
both
he's
my
lying.
Ubers.
What for the Uber? And then we.
Wait, you
even know the
drove a
dad
scooter
of
over to the
Okay.
hotel?
Even with the fact that he's denying her baby, and with him being a deadbeat, she still has sex with him without protection. We might as well be seeing them in court in 9 months. Mr. Polk said she had told him she slept with someone else. She also told him that she enjoyed it, and she told him this during the window of conception, and it was at this point he had doubts.
Miss Phillips?
I probably did or whatever, but
Uh-oh.
probably did. But listen, I messed with him on the 4th of July. I messed with BJ like from the 27th all the way up until probably the 4th of July because he can't keep his hands off of me.
Using the conception calendar, Judge Lauren threw more light on the case. According to the calendar, Mr. Polk may fall in the probable dates of conception, but the other guy is within the possible conception date window. Miss Phillips said they had a gender reveal, and she has evidence, but Mr. Polk says his family made him go.
Gender reveals. We need some father reveals.
Exactly.
We got some everybody worried about having a gender reveal.
I made that picture.
You do look happy, Mr. Polk. You look like you're about to have a baby with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Were you there for the birth?
I was there.
Oh,
I was
there you are.
Okay.
Oh, in the delivery room and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
When it was time for the delivery, he got picked up from work. She got induced, and she had the baby. He held the baby for a while. He didn't feel as excited as he was during the birth of his other kids. Miss Phillips believes this happens because he wasn't there throughout the whole pregnancy. She went through it herself. Whenever he came, all he wanted was sex.
You was over at the hotel on the scooter last night?
Oh, man.
No, you don't have no respect.
Ooh.
So anyway, and all I get out of you is uh-oh and ooh. Yeah, that's
Period.
exactly where we at.
He's a very toxic person.
What, girl, stop. Just stop. Because when you downgrade him, you downgrade yourself because you the one laying on your back with your legs open for him.
It's quite obvious Mr. Polk doesn't have any real intentions of being with her. Listening to a man while your legs are open is definitely not the way to go. He said a lot of nonsense, and she fell for it. The results are out. Let's check out the results.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Polk, you are the father. That's your beautiful little girl.
Yes, ma'am.